Hello, welcome to the library. Today we're going to be discussing database searching. You've been given the broad topic of the US and World War II. So our goal for today is to learn about databases. Then we're going to figure out how to use them and search effectively in a database. We will also work towards figuring out how to narrow down this broad topic and then research topic. I do have a handout for you that we'll discuss here in a little bit, and it will give you some tips on how to search effectively. So here's our starter. We're going to review the areas of research. We'll discuss next on how to use databases. And so first, what is a database? A database is a collection of data, and they should have curated information that's appropriate to use for research. You're then going to do things like browse and search in the databases to find the exact item and material that you need. And there are different materials. There's not just books or articles. You can find other resources as well. The two that we're going to look at today are Destiny and MackinVIA, both of which you should have access to. So let's start by going to Destiny. Now, the first thing we're going to look at here is we're in the catalog, and you've got this screen. This is a basic search. So what we're going to do is just type in World War II. And if you look down here, you have different options like material type. We could say book. We could do a computer file. We could do any type, really. So let's just click any type. And then I do have the interest level here from 6th grade to adult, since you are working on a high school project. Now, we're not necessarily looking for just a title or an author. We could do a subject search, which would pull up the subject of World War II, or we could do a keyword search that would give us different items that have the keywords World War II in it. So we're going to click on keyword first and see what that pulls up. Now, if you notice up here, we have a total of 106 items. Well, World War II is a really broad topic, and we're specifically looking for World War II in the US. So I can look through here, and there's different options that I have. You can see weapons, you got some dates here, spies, but what we don't know is if these are necessarily related to in the US, and this is really broad. So now let's go back. Let's try it again, World War II, and this time let's do a subject search and see if that narrows it down at all. Okay, so no matches found. Let's go back. See if we can narrow it down to book and see if that pulls anything up. So World War II, and let's search that way. Okay, so nothing came up. So now let's try doing this power search over here, an advanced search. And it's going to allow you to pop in different keywords. And again, you still have the option here for the material type, the publication, any year, and then we still have interest level. I still have it from 6th grade to adult. So let's do World War II. And we know that you need to be looking at articles from the US during this time. So let's put that in as an option as well. Now, over here, you've got and, or, and not. These are Boolean terms that are techniques to help you search for words and phrases to find what you're looking for. We're going to have and, which means that whatever we are searching for here is pulling up World War II and US. So let's hit search here. And if you look, we've now narrowed this down to 17 different options. So you've got World War II, weapons, gear, uniforms, okay, women working on the home front, alright, that might be pertinent to your research here. A memoir of a Marine, of the Marine dogs. And this would be a much better search for you in Destiny. So now let's go to the other one. Let's look at MackinVIA. When you get to MackinVIA, You'll start out over here on the home page. And because we're looking specifically for databases, you're going to come over here and you're going to click databases. Now, there's a whole lot for you to choose from. There's 35 up here. So you're going to have to figure out which one is the best. For US in World War II, there are two that look really good, but there's one that's better. If you look up here, you've got American history, which sounds really great, but that covers an even broader range of American history. So what we really want to use is this one down here, US history. We're going to click on it, let it load. Okay, so here's your page. And you have options to browse topics. There's a lot of different things you can look for, but what we are going to do first is perform a search. And we're going to do the same thing we did in Destiny. We're going to type in World War II, and this is the one we want. World War II, American involvement in. It does give you this overview, and it gives you all these different numbers of materials. So there's 282 references, there's biographies, there's audio, there's primary sources, there's all different kinds of things. And that's still a whole lot of information for you to have to sift through. So what we're going to do is, let's move this out of the way. Okay, there we go. We're going to click on Browse Topics. And now you've got this narrowed down. We know that World War II happened in the 1940s, so you might want to click on that to check to see if there's anything that would work. Or you can go ahead and go down to where it actually talks about World War II American involvement in. Either way. So we've clicked on that one. Let's go up here to the 1940s. So here's a quick overview. You can look through it to see. It does talk about World War II here, so maybe this might be an area to search through. And if you notice, there are fewer topics here, so it's a little less daunting. Let's go to this topic finder. And I think this is going to help you to really narrow down topics. So yes, you have wars. And if you look, okay, there's an overview of the 1940s. History, law. So maybe we want to go back to the other option that we had. So instead of 1940s, let's go back and browse topics, and let's look down here at this one, the World War II American involvement in, and then we'll go ahead and select the topic finder again. What I really like about this visualization tool is that it breaks down the category into all these little bitty subcategories and then subcategories. And down here it tells you how it works. It's going to take the words from the subset of your results, puts them in an algorithm, and then it's going to figure out what happens most often. So the bigger a section, the more topics and resources it's going to pull for that. So you have such topics for, what happened? Okay, you have such topics for World War II, American involvement in, but you do need to make sure that you're following the assignment. So some of these may not pertain to the assignment. You've got United States history. This section might be good to use. And then you can break this down even further into the military in the U.S. during World War II. Maybe talk about soldiers, veterans, this oral history of the United States. And when you click on these little subsets, if you look over to the right over here, it'll tell you how many results you have for that specific topic. So again, overall veterans 50, but if you were to pick soldier veteran, that would be 9. And this is really going to narrow down to specific materials that you might really want to look at. So now you may be wondering, okay, well, I want some better techniques to use. And that's where this handout comes in. There's different search types and purposes. Right now, you're working on an informational search. You're looking for specific information on a topic. We've looked at this advanced search. This is actually a screenshot from Destiny. So you go in, you pick keywords, you've got these Boolean terms, and or not. If you wanted US history, not world history, that would be a good option. Then you would hit search. You've got Boolean terms that we just looked at, and if you put and, both terms are going to show up. If you say or, then you're going to get either, one or the other. And then if you say a keyword, not a keyword, you're going to get one of those terms and it will exclude the other one. Another cool option are truncate wildcards. If you use this little symbol up here, 0 or more characters will be gone. You can use a $sign, and then you can use question marks as you are searching for information as well. And then this tells you what it retrieves when you use those. You can also use quotations in a search. Using quotations in a search will limit it to that exact phrase, so that the exact phrase inside of the quotation marks is what is going to be pulled up for your search. So, with your partner, go in, and you can use either one. You can use Destiny, you can use Mackinvia, and really, you can go in and look at both of them. And start trying to use your handout, use some of these search terms, and start looking to see what you can narrow your topic down to. As you're searching and you're using these techniques, make sure you're looking at the right materials. Figure out what materials that you need to use. Do you need audio files? Do you need articles that are peer-reviewed? And then, if you have questions, come up with your questions so that we can help you with answers and help you figure out exactly what you need to be doing.